Hello, thank you very much for tuning in the Scenic and Emerald Cruises webinar. In this webinar, we're going to talk about everything about Scenic and Emerald Cruises, how it differs from our competition, what we're all about. Basically, from top to bottom, from A to Z, we're going to cover everything. So again, thank you very much for tuning in, and here we go. So my name is Andy Fuentes. I'm one of the regional sales directors for Scenic and Emerald Cruises. And a lot of travel advisors, just like yourself, always ask the question, who is Scenic? Are we part of another cruise line? Did we just come into the business? Like, what's our story? So, in all honesty, we are an Australian-based company that have been in business for about 40 years. We've honestly been we are an independently owned company. Our owners, Glenn and Karen Baroni, are the ones that built this company from the ground up. And I would tell you that we first began as a tour company that got into the rivers. So river cruises has been our backbone for so many years. And then we'd launch our ocean cruises, yacht and expedition that we're definitely going to cover. So if someone asks you, who is the Scenic Group? We are a global operator of luxury Europe river cruises and Asia river cruises and ocean yachts. So we cover everything, all seven continents, the major rivers in Europe and Asia. And we basically base our company in three pillars, which is exemplary service, outstanding culinary, and beautiful vessels. So about 40 years, this has been our story. This has been our backbone. We've come over to the US just almost at 10 years. So we are the new kid on the block, but we have been doing this for so long. In our company, the Scenic Group, we divide our cruises into two brands, which is Scenic Luxury Cruises and Tours and Emerald Cruises. So who is Scenic? Scenic, the Scenic brand, is an ultra luxury brand in a class of its own. It's truly all inclusive. And you're going to see in this presentation that we include everything in the Scenic River Cruises, our spaceships as we call them, and the Scenic Eclipse, the first ever discovery yacht, which is a perfect marriage of expedition cruises and yacht cruises. You're going to also see the itinerary of the Scenic brand. It's at discovery at its core. So you're going to see more nooks and crannies. You're going to see a lot more expedition type of cruising in the Scenic brand. And then there is the Emerald brand. So the Emerald brand, just as luxury as Scenic. So Scenic is ultra luxury. Emerald is one of our luxury, and I would say luxury to upper premium, premium plus type of cruising. So that's why we call it contemporary luxury within reach. The Scenic brand's pricing, it's about a good 8 to 10,000 per person. That's the average. And then the Emerald brand's about 4 to 5,000 per person. So that's why we say it's luxury within reach. And you're going to see the ships, whether being the yachts and the rivers, as you go through them, as you see the videos and you see this presentation, you're going to see that it's a very luxurious product. But again, a lot of people like, the good things in life, but not so much the luxury price tag. Because we don't include the higher price and has all the bells and whistles as Scenic, we do include the comforts. So you're going to see a lot of inclusions on this brand, but there are some things that, folks want to customize and have a true all-inclusive option. So you're going to notice some things we do not include that we definitely can make it all-inclusive if the client would like to. And Scenic is more discovery at its core, but Emerald Cruises is exploration at your pace. So you're going to see, for example, the super yachts, the Emerald Azura and the Emerald Sakara, our 100-passenger yachts. You're going to see really exploration itineraries, such as going to more seaside itineraries, more boutique ports of call, rather than just the mundane, the marquee type of ports of call. You're going to see ports of call like Vieques Island in the Caribbean, like Culebra Island. You're going to see like Barranquilla. You're going to see Saint Tropez. You're going to, and I can name a few. You're going to see the Seychelles. So Egypt, Jordan, the Emirates, more islands in the Greek Isles versus just Mykonos and Santorini. So you're going to see a lot of those itineraries in this presentation. So we launched Partners in Travel this year, and it is our program that it's not a program, it's actually our commitment to you, our valued travel partners. And it is, to serve is to discover. And we have made this commitment into 4 pillars. The diverse portfolio, as you see, we do rivers and yacht cruises. So we offer to you, so you can offer to your clients a more diverse portfolio in travel. We have dedicated professionals always here to assist you. And as the ever-changing landscape of travel changes, as we do us, we definitely want to continue our improvement. And all in all, everything ties into working in partnership. So now that we know a little bit about Scenic and Emerald and our commitment to you, I definitely want to, and I just went a little bit too fast, I want to show you a video of Scenic and Emerald and basically a sneak peek of what we're all about. So I hope this gave you a little bit of insight what we're all about, and let's really dive in deep of who to target, who to pitch this to, what does our brand look like, and how can we part of your travel cruise portfolio. So the big question everybody asks, who is our target customer for Scenic luxury cruises and tours? And again, this is our ultra luxury brand. So this we basically looked around and um we looked around our current clients, and we really hone in what they like, and also the like I said, we ever change our travel landscape, but we have noticed that other not just as you see there over 55 couples, but we do see like a lot of other younger crowd coming into Scenic. Primarily Scenic is empty nesters. People have grown up children, like adult children. We have noticed that a lot of young professionals have come into Scenic, as well as people that are this new term, the people are interested in YOLO travel. If you don't know what YOLO means, is you only live once. And people right now, and these are the new guests that Scenic has, they do not want to wait until retirement to do these high-end luxury cruise vacations. They're looking to do those high-end, off the beaten path expedition cruises uh right now, or river cruising right now. So this is honestly kind of like it it gives you kind of a starting point. Who should I target and who should I talk to? Whether it be friends and family, whether it be folks in your community, your local church, school, whatever the case is. These are PTAs. These are really someone that would be a perfect fit for the Scenic brand. So let's talk about our river cruises. We have 14 Scenic river cruises, which we call spaceships, all over Europe and as well as Asia. Now, like I mentioned, river cruises is, what we are known for, has been our backbone, and we have won various awards for the best river cruise line, river cruise experience, shore excursion, dining, etc. We really, like I said, although we are the new kid in the block in the US, we've been doing this for such a long time. We have won various awards. We just need you to kind of spread the word, that there is another option out there for river cruises. So what's included on a river cruise? Everything. Everything on a Scenic river cruise is included. From your alcoholic beverages to your shore excursions, you have butler service in every stateroom, specialty dining's included. Everything on a Scenic river cruise is included, with the exception of airfare. But we have a promotion that you can include airfare if you make final payment within a certain time. And um, spa is not included. That spa treatments are not included. However, spa amenities are included. Just right here, the salt room on our river cruises, those would be included. If you're familiar with river cruising, this map would definitely know everything about this map. For those of you that are just dabbling in river cruises, or you are a novice, this is the first time with river cruises, I would tell you that these itineraries, these are actually, let me come back. I would tell you these are the itineraries you definitely should get to know, which is the Rhine River, that's the Amsterdam all the way down to Basel, and we do it vice versa. It's mostly a 7-day cruise. And then there is the Danube River that goes from Nuremberg all the way down to Bucharest. So those two rivers are the more popular rivers. A lot of first timers take these rivers. There's a lot of cities in the in these itineraries that folks are very familiar with, and some folks honestly never heard of them. Like for example, Cologne, most people in Germany, people know what that is, but Koblenz, Cohem, those parts of Germany that people are not very familiar with, but they are rich in a lot of culture. They are rich in a lot of culinary and immersion with the German culture in culinary. You also have the Danube River that goes to Passau and Belk and Vienna and Dernstein, Budapest, and then goes away down into Hungary, more into lower in Hungary, Serbia, Bulgaria. These are again the a lot of countries that you cannot get with an ocean cruise. And to that, a lot of folks that will ask you, well, what's the difference? I've been to France, I've been to Marseille, I've been to Saint-Tropez, or I've been to Italy. What's the difference? Why should I take a river cruise? I'll be honest with you, the culture changes, if you're from one city into more deep in. Example, in Spain, a lot of people have gone to Barcelona because they've gone on an ocean cruise. However, Madrid is a different culture, even different dialect altogether. So that's why, on a river cruise, definitely something you should pitch because you really get into the heart of Europe. Best times to go, there are, I'll be honest with you, every time is the best time to go. But honestly, there are two times that are more popular than others. The first one is the Tulips and Windmills. That is in Amsterdam. It goes into Belgium, kind of this little circle. That's March, April, and into May. Those are the more popular times. And you probably heard the Christmas markets. Christmas markets is also a popular time from November into December. Now, when I say Christmas markets, a lot of people think, oh, I can go for the holidays. Remember that Europe does shut down in mid-December. So when talking about Christmas markets, Europe usually has Christmas markets open from a little bit just before our Thanksgiving into kind of mid-December. These are, again, 7-day cruises and really a great experience for those clients that are looking to do something for the holidays. So usually on these itineraries is 7, 11, and 15 days. And like I mentioned, the 7-day cruise is on the Rhine. And this is the Rhine Valley right here, the Rhine River, best known for 300 plus castles, wine. The Rhine Valley is known for the second best winery. Obviously, France takes the first. And then you have the Danube. The Danube, when I say 15 days, obviously you're probably saying, well, I don't think clients would like to go for 14 days. Actually, some of them do. Actually, somebody would take Amsterdam and go all the way down to Budapest. That's actually an itinerary of ours. But most people like to cut up the Danube into 7 days. And it will be the Nuremberg to Budapest, or vice versa, and then Budapest to Bucharest. This one here, it's rich in history. So if you have a history buff into World War II history, a lot of folks that even like, Eastern Europe culture, this is honestly one of the best itineraries that you should definitely talk about. So that is River Cruise 101. So let's talk about, and obviously we have the other itineraries as well. And these other itineraries, you have the south of France, Lyon to Marseille, one of the culinary capital of the world. Bordeaux, I mean, that speaks for itself. It's the wine capital of the world. And then you have the Seine River, Paris to Honfleur. Fun fact, a lot of people drive from Paris into Honfleur. That's where the Normandy beach day landings happen. But not many people know that, you could take a river cruise from Paris to Honfleur. I mean, why just go on a drive to hit the towns instead of hitting all the towns along the way into Honfleur? And then you have the mighty Douro. The Douro River is one of the hottest itineraries right now. I would tell you that we have sold a lot of the Douro River, and the Douro River is more of a more laid back experience. But I would tell you the Douro River it's for more seasoned river cruisers. You definitely want to do the Rhine and the Danube first. That's something that I would definitely recommend you to tell your clients if they are starting to river cruise. Our river cruise experience, although oops, it went out. Although there's a lot of stereotypes out there for river cruises. Number one is it's small. Actually, it's not. Our spaceships, and that's the reason why it's called the spaceship. It's large. I'm talking about this stateroom. This is actually the standard stateroom at 205 square feet. It has big bathrooms, a mini bar. I mentioned the butler service. They do have French balconies. Everything is included. You do have a big a big common area that people like to congregate. That's the Panorama Bar and Lounge. You do have specialty dining, would be the Crystal Dining Room. You do have Crystal Dining is the main dining room. Then you have Portobello's, which is actually the specialty dining. You do have a chef's table. You also have the sun deck. So again, the river cruise ships is fairly large. So, and of course, because we are Australian, it's a hodgepodge of culture. So you can see a lot of people from Australia, a lot of people from the UK, Europe, Americans, Canadians, but English is our main language. So on Scenic, you also have this beauty right here, which is the Scenic Eclipse. As I mentioned, river has been our backbone. We started to dabble into ocean back in 2019. That's actually where Scenic Eclipse 1, the Scenic Eclipse came about, is in 2019. So she is a very new ship. I mean, obviously, we all know what happened after 2019, but she came back in service in 2021, and then 2022 was the first full year that she did her run again, hitting all seven continents, all seven continents. Actually, no, almost all seven, six continents. That's what she usually hit. And now we have the Scenic Eclipse 2. Scenic Eclipse 2 just launched in April of 2023. And now with these two ships, we will do in 2024 all seven continents. The Scenic Eclipse 2 will be in the South Pacific and Australia. That's the last continent we were missing with the Scenic Eclipse 1. So now with two ships, we're hitting all seven continents. Now, you see Antarctica because, yes, she is a perfect hybrid of expedition cruises and yacht cruises. Primarily, you probably know the Scenic Eclipse does Antarctica because we have Maritime Masters, and that's where we do. We have a lot of pictures and everything in Antarctica and obviously the Arctic, but she has itineraries, everything in between. So we go to Alaska, we go to Greenland and Iceland, we go to North America, we actually have Caribbean, South America, we have Brazil, example, and also the Panama Canal. We go to Morocco in Africa, and then we have a full med season in the summer, and then in the late summer she goes up to the Arctic and the Baltic. She, like I mentioned to you, she's going to do next year a run in Australia, cruising the South Pacific into Australia, and a little bit of Asia, going to Bali, etc. So the Scenic Eclipse 1 and 2, she is going to be all around, and this is a very unique style of cruising. She has 228 passengers. That's the most that we have. 9 dining venues, all from casual dining all to fine dining. The cherry on top is that she is the James Bond of the ocean with 2 helicopters and the submersible. So even though she is a more intimate cruise, doesn't mean you sacrifice space, doesn't mean you sacrifice venues. She does feel like that big ocean experience in this luxurious, ultra luxury ship. So Scenic Eclipse, she's been in service for 2019, and yeah, she has won many awards. So even though she is brand new, she honestly has won a lot for the best dining on board, shore excursions. She includes all of her shore excursions. we won the best expedition ship because this is not just expedition. This is a luxury expedition, or as you may know it, glamping. So, like I mentioned, she hits all seven continents here. She's going to hit all seven continents in 2024. Yes, we're known for Antarctica, we know for the Arctic, but do not forget everything in between. And our itineraries, we have expedition itineraries, we have yacht and expedition itineraries. I call them the in-betweenies. And then we have full yacht itineraries. And the full yacht, when she opens up that marina and you can go on a jet ski, or because we actually housed our own kayaks and our zodiacs, etc., in this marina. But you open up those marina and you can just jump out into the warm ocean, or we have beach parties. We have that luxury yacht experience in something like the Med or the Caribbean, like I mentioned. And here's a little bit of explanation what the Scenic Eclipse does.
At 551 feet in length, Scenic Eclipse is longer than 1.5 football fields and more than 6 times the size of some of the world's most impressive super yachts. However, she is just over half the size of the average cruise liner. The perfect marriage of space, innovative technology, and maneuverability. With 10 intricately designed decks, Scenic Eclipse's relatively compact size gives her access to visit ports across the world that others cannot. At the stern of Deck 3, there is a specially designed marina deck housing a fleet of kayaks and 12 zodiacs.
So that gives you a little bit of an explanation of what the Scenic Eclipse and her size and what she has to offer. The suites, just to give you a little bit of a rundown, this is actually what really called to me when I sailed on her, because just the standard suite, which is here, the balcony suite, it's 350 square feet. This bed right here, actually, you probably see this right here, actually controls the bed to go up and down, and both sides have it. That means to say that one person could go all the way up, this one not so much. So you have that. And then you have this living room. And I would tell you, fun fact, that you don't see it here, but the TV, which actually is a big mirror, like a floor to ceiling mirror, you actually can sit there. You can put the curtains across so you don't disturb your partner, and they give you this blanket. And this blanket, actually, the cookies. That's actually true about the cookies, but you give you this blanket so you can really sprawl out there on your couch and watch movies. And you know, and I know that Discovery is at its core, but sometimes you need a little bit of time, to wind down a little bit. And then we have the spa suite. This actually is the bathtub that you can see onto the ocean. And then you have the owner's suite, the panorama suite. We have a little bit of everything for those folks that want a larger stateroom. The owner's suite, which is our biggest stateroom, is about 2,100 square feet. And if you add the spa suite to make it, the kind of the largest suite between the two staterooms, talking about 2,600 square feet. Like I mentioned on Scenic, everything would be included on the Scenic Eclipse. All the shore excursions. We have a very variety of shore excursions that we offer. Butler service, again, in every stateroom. I like this one. It is our 100 choice whiskey bar, which different types of whiskeys, bourbon, and scotches all around the world. We talked about the dining venues, 9 dining venues, the 10th being the room service being the 10th, but 9 dining venues, all the way from fine dining to casual dining. And everything and again, we can go on and on and on, but definitely this one, although she is a 228 passenger ship, she has a lot of activities and everything to offer. The dining venues, as I mentioned, this is just kind of gives you a glimpse of what we have. It went a little bit too fast. It really went too fast. So let's kind of come back here, and if it'll allow me to. Okay, so we have, sorry to make you dizzy there. So I know I went a little bit too fast, and I apologize, but it kind of give you a glimpse of Coco's, which is our Asian fusion restaurant, Lumiere's, which is our French dining room. Those need require reservations. Night markets, which has it actually changes its menu. It's an 8-seater, which it's kind of hibachi. It's kind of about hibachi style, and honestly, the chefs create its magic in that table, and they do like an Indian night, they do a Middle Eastern night. So we change up the menu every day. We also have an open bridge policy. Not many people know that you can actually go onto the bridge. They have binoculars, they have telescope, even a seating area that you can honestly see where the captain is going and how he docks. You primarily it's open in the daytime and then it closes at nighttime. If you see the door closed, just tell your clients to come back a later time. But usually they're pretty open almost majority of the day. The observation lounge, that is a little bit more of a quiet room that's you want to at the library. People want to do a flexcation, which is work and play. Do have some tables there with outlets that you can plug your laptop. We do have coffee there. You can help yourself, kind of self-serve coffees. You also have the Scenic Lounge. I talked about the 100 Choice Whiskey Bar and a theater, which we also have our shows. If you're a fitness buff, we do have the yoga room, the Pilates, and TRX. We also use this for sound meditation. We do have classes that we have on a daily basis. Same thing with the gyms. We have treadmills, machine weights, free weights, and of course, if you enjoy the working out, you definitely want to enjoy the spa. The spa, we have a full spa. The spa treatments, as I mentioned, are not included, but the spa amenities such as the saunas, the thermal suites, etc., those would be included. And last but not least, of course, we cannot leave a ship without its boutique, and you do a lot of good shopping there. So all in all, if you're the air, water, underwater, on land, the Scenic Eclipse has you covered. And as I mentioned, going from the Arctic to Antarctica and everything in between, this is honestly a ship that you should definitely recommend to your clients, especially if they're looking for something different and something luxurious.
Scenic Eclipse is fitted with large stabilizers to keep the ship steady for guests. As water flows over the stabilizers, a gyroscope detects when the ship starts to roll. The stabilizer fins, which are 60% bigger than the average stabilizer fitted to a traditional ship of the same size, adjust up or down to direct water over or under them. This action creates counterforce, reducing rolling by 95%.
So this tells you about the stabilizers. Although you see some
Scenic Eclipse is
itineraries that are going to have a little bit more, I would say, people that are going to tell you, well, if there's a little ship, there's a lot of movement, specifically in the Pacific Ocean, or Drake's Passage in Antarctica. You saw that the stabilizers keep the ship steady. It is actually built for itineraries like the Drake's Passage. And as you saw there, the stabilizers are the exact same size, for example, of like a Royal Caribbean Oasis class ship. So we do have the taster cruises coming up in October. This is just an appetizer for your clients that the ship is going to be right in your backyard, especially in the East Coast. So we do have the Portland to Nassau 11-day taster hitting Bermuda, Miami, and the Bahamas. For those who don't have 11 days, we do have the 5-dayer from Portland, Maine to Bermuda, or Bermuda to Miami. And for those that just can get away just for a weekend, we do have Miami to Nassau leaving on Saturday, October 21st, docking in Nassau on Monday, October 23rd. For more details, definitely reach out to your regional sales director. We can definitely give you, the pricing, reservations also can do that for you. And if you may have a group of people that you may want to invite, maybe you have a group of clients, not just, they all know each other, but a group of clients that you want to invite, we can definitely take out a group here for you as well. So last but not least, I definitely just want to give you a little bit of a glimpse what the Scenic Eclipse, and this picture honestly tells you all. You know that we are not just a expedition cruise, but also a yacht cruise, as we do the whole world here for your clients. And of course, we do have everything included. Again, everything from A to Z would be included. And now, like I mentioned, we have a promotion right now that we include free air if you pay in full within a certain time. If you want more promotions, we have the Scenic Select bonus. That's $2,000 per suite, $1,000 per person on selected sailings that you can go with your clients. And then, of course, the groups. You need 5 staterooms to create a group, and we have an amazing offer for the river cruises and also for the ocean cruises. If you like you to create a group to advertise to your clients, or you have a group that are looking to do something for next year. The Groups Plus Travel Advisor Program just launched. This is available now through August 31st, and this gives you an opportunity to host an escorted group, and you, the travel advisor, would get a suite on the Scenic Eclipse for free. So again, for details, please reach out to your regional sales director, and we definitely can give you a little bit more of a details on the Groups Plus program. So from ultra luxury, let's go to luxury and premium plus, which is Emerald Cruises, our other brand. And this brand, honestly, it's it's a brand that a lot of people don't know too much about. So definitely want to spend a little bit of time just to explain everything. She has won various awards. Again, if we were talking in Europe or Australia, if we were living there, definitely you would know everything about Emerald. I actually been on an Emerald River cruise, and I would tell you that it is my favorite. Um, I do traditionally, it's something that it doesn't have that high end cost, but you're getting so much out of this that it's terrific. So who's the target customer? Just like Scenic, we want to give you this the target customer. So again, you have to compare Scenic and Emerald. It's very close to each other, but again, you just have different price tags. So Scenic, and I would phrase this, think of Scenic as a BMW, Mercedes, an Aston Martin, a Porsche. Those are type of cars that usually people go on Scenic usually go for. Emerald, think about Lexus, and I said they're Mercedes, and talking about the low end C class. But think about Lexus, think about Acuras, think about even Land Rovers. So this is honestly kind of the kind of price that we're looking at. We're talking about a little bit of younger. You saw 55 plus. Now it's 45 plus. People, again, empty nesters, young professionals, families that have middle school, high school children. This is honestly something that that we see a lot on board. Think about boutique hotels. Thinking about the W Hotel, the French Quarter Inn. These are people shop at Neiman Marcus. People shop at Saks Fifth Avenue. So this is, kind of like, again, you probably hear this. Well, that sounds like my neighbor, because he goes to always like these nice, trendy restaurants every weekend. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. These are the people that would really be a good fit for Emerald Cruises. So our Europe River Cruise, because we do have the River Cruise component. You've seen this map before, and again, I'm not going to go too much because we definitely covered it on the other slide with Scenic. But this one, the reasons why we want to highlight this, because number one, it doesn't have, Bordeaux doesn't have the Seine River, because remember that Scenic is to discover and then Emerald is to explore. So we put in there more exploration itineraries on the Emerald River cruise, and we also have tasters. So we have 5-day river cruise for those folks that want to dip their toe in the water on river cruises. The staterooms on Emerald, although you have the big, large 205 square feet stateroom in Scenic, we have 185 square feet stateroom on Emerald. And Emerald is the only river cruise line that has a heated indoor pool So, for example, the Christmas markets, if it's 10 degrees outside, it's going to feel like 80 degrees inside. And at nighttime, it converts into a movie theater. The Emerald Yachts, this is our new little sister in our fleet. The Emerald Yachts launched last year, the 100-passenger um, super yacht on the Emerald Azura launch in 2022, and then we have the Emerald Sakara that launch in 2020. That will launch, I'm sorry, in 2023. So to give you a difference between the Scenic Eclipse and the Emerald Yacht, think of now the Emerald Yacht as not covering 7 continents. That's, remember, Scenic is to discover, so she's going to cover more ground. Emerald is more explore and really explore these boutique ports of call. So think about warm weather, warm water types of itineraries. Talking about the Caribbean, talking about the Mediterranean, Adriatic, Ionian, Aegean, Red Sea, Indian Ocean, Seychelles. Those are the itineraries that the two yachts cover. 7 days usually is her itinerary, but she does go a little higher depending on what region of the world that you're in. She is extremely popular in the Mediterranean Adriatic sailings because she covers a lot. One itinerary that always catches my eye is that we go to Venice, the old Venice, how Venice was a few years ago before, cruise ships had to go outside of Venice to get on. So we pass San Basilica, St. Mark's Square as we actually depart port or come back. So it's about 15 minutes away from the airport. And then once we leave Venice, we go to 6 to 7 ports in Croatia. Croatia is a brand new destination. Not brand new, it's been there for a while, but kind of a brand new hotspot rather. A lot of people want to go into Croatia. We talked about Greece, about definitely more ports of call than just Mykonos and Santorini. There's a lot more Greek isles over there. Malta, Saint-Tropez, a lot of more boutique ports in France, in Italy, in also Sicily. The show White Lotus is very popular now. Sicily has become a hotspot. Portugal, France, Egypt, the Emirates, the Seychelles, the Caribbean, Colombia, Panama, the rainforest in Costa Rica, and I can go on, but you kind of get the gist of it. Actually, just want to add one more thing on the Caribbean. The Caribbean cruises are not just beach itineraries. When people think about the Caribbean, they're like, oh, another beach, I don't want to go, and etc. But think about big picture. Think about rainforest in Costa Rica. Think about even more expedition type of cruising with Colombia, and Aruba and Curacao. Those particular itineraries, we actually do a lot more expedition side than just the beach itineraries. So definitely something that for those clients that want to travel in the winter, then you say, oh, not another beach cruise. Definitely, this is something you should present to them because the price points are very competitive with some of the premium big cruise lines out there when you add all the inclusions that she has. So the staterooms, 205 square feet or higher, talking about ocean view staterooms, balcony staterooms into the super suites, and 7 decks. She has the infinity pool here. This is our very own tender that we have house and ship, and then we have the big marina with the kayaks, the canoes, the raft, the floating raft, the floating trampoline, and jet skis. What's included on an Emerald cruise? Like I said, all comforts included. So wine and beer at lunch and dinner are included, and it's unlimited, and we have a wide selection of beer and wine. Gratuities are also included. Wi-Fi with streaming also included. Most excursions will be included, and airport transfers, regardless if you book your air through us or not, would be included. We do have a free air promotion if you book your cruise within a certain time before the cruise, before final payment rather. And the ones that we do not include is, like I said, most excursions are included, not all. And then we don't include spirits or cocktails, etc. But we do have beverage packages that you can purchase on an Emerald cruise. We do have our Emerald Exclusives, which gives you a $500 per suite savings. It's combinable with our offers. It's on selected sailings for 2023 and 2024. And we also have the summer group savings that you can save additional savings for your clients for July and August of 2024. When I've come to the season that they're probably done with their 2023 summer vacation and might looking for next year. So what a great opportunity to present this. We also have various resources for you, where it'd be our Agent Academy, our Agent Portal. We have a very extensive uh, menu selection on YouTube on Emerald and Scenic. You should search there, and we have a lot of videos out there for you. Marketing materials on the Agent Portal. I mean, pre-drafted social media. And then there's also the best resource out there. You have live events that your regional sales directors can do, virtual happy hours, Facebook Lives. Think outside the box, how you can tell your clients about this great product. Don't know who your regional sales director is? Not to worry. Here we are. I would say the Northeast regional sales director has been hired, and also the Midwest. So you should definitely, we probably have some updates by the time you're looking at this. So if you're in the Midwest or the Northeast, you will see who your regional sales director is, because they're just hired. And then the Southwest, we are currently interviewing for the Southwest there in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and New Mexico. But other than that, you have Kelly in the Northwest, you have Nancy in the West, you have myself in Florida, and you have Brandon in the Southeast. Like the group opportunity, want to go ahead and know a little bit more, this is our group number. This is the group's email. But again, the best resource is your regional sales director. So please reach out to us first, and we will definitely point you in the right direction to get the best group offer. And with that, thank you very, very much for your time and attention. And again, your regional sales director are here for you. Good luck, and hope to see you on a Scenic and Emerald cruise in the future.